Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, I haven't had a chance to cover too many news stories while I've been on board exploring the beautiful Sun Princess cruise ship, but I thought I'd keep a quick update to everybody. I have an update on the Ben and David story where they were told to stop filming while they were on a cruise ship that they paid for to be on there. MSC has apparently responded to the incident. We also have an unfortunately passenger passing away on a cruise ship, only 27 years old, under suspicious circumstances, and a gentleman has been arrested as well. We have another huge outbreak, this time on Holland America, over 100 passengers and crew down with either norovirus or some kind of gastronomical intestine type thing again. That's quite a few we've had this year now. And also, we have an actual warning from the Bahamas on cruise ships for giving warnings about Bahamas. So first, let's talk about what's happening on the Cornings Dam. We have Holland America. It's currently on a 35-day sailing. Now, as I've said before, whenever there's an outbreak, if you're on one of those sailings that is one of the ones that continue long term, it's not 7 days, it's not 7 days. The 7-day ones tend to have people leave, and then the cleanliness kicks in, and the new platform kicks in where they're extra stringent sanitization. Well, it clears up much faster than those longer trips that are a month long and 2 months long. If you remember the trip that went to Hawaii that started all the way out on the other coast, well, those ones tend a lot harder to get rid of the norovirus because people are not getting on and off. They're just stuck on the ship. Even if they isolate, people are still transmitting it to one another, even though there's a lot more stringent cleaning going on, etc. But that's what's currently happening now. That is the fourth one this year that have had over 100 passengers reported illness, which is, they had 14 last year, norovirus outbreaks of that stature, that size as well. So we're kind of on par and on pace for exactly those same numbers. And that's not surprising considering there are far more passengers this year than there were last year even. It's going to be up around 9% higher than last year for the year. And it's still going strong to the end of the year. That number could climb even higher. So we could expect to have a few more cases this year. Hopefully not too many more. Another passenger has passed away. A 27-year-old woman was found unresponsive on a Caribbean cruise, and a 32-year-old gentleman has been arrested and not charged with anything, but he's being questioned right now as there has been drugs found in the stateroom as well. And the woman, they tried CPR, could not get her responsive. Like I said, young person passing away. Very suspicious circumstances, to say the least. And somebody is being questioned and possibly arrested as well. Next, let's talk about Bahamas. Recently, a video came out where a passenger on Carnival had said, you know, that the staff made them think that going out on your own in Nassau and that was not safe. That the cruise line staff made them feel that way. And the Bahamas tourism minister and their president now have all come out and said, hey, you know what, cruise lines? If you're telling people not to get off your ships in our cruise port and everything, well, maybe you won't be allowed in our cruise ports anymore. Now remember, that is Bahamas. Bahamas also has almost all the private islands as well. And if a cruise line gets a reputation for not, you know, for saying, hey, don't venture out in this town or this city or this place, well, the Bahamas might not only ban them from, say, Nassau, they might also say, hey, sorry, you can't go to your private island neither. If you don't want to go there, you don't want to go to this place neither. They're the same country. It's not, right? One's more one's more secure than the other. One's looked after more by the cruise lines than the other. But you get my point. They can actually come out and say something like that, and the cruise lines are very aware. Now, this video wasn't a Carnival Cruise Line video. Like, John Heel didn't put this out. It was somebody who was saying that the passengers made them feel, like the staff made them passengers feel that way. They didn't take kindly to that. Let's just put it that way. They've actually warned cruise lines saying, hey, if you feel unsafe coming here, maybe you won't be allowed to come here after all. And Nassau and the Bahamas is a huge destination, as you probably know, in the Caribbean for every cruise line. Every cruise line. So we'll see what happens with that, and if we'll see warnings in the future, or will cruise lines kind of calm down on their warnings about things that are going on in the Bahamas. We'll see. We'll have to see what happens. Next, let's do a quick update on the Ben and David story. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the possibilities of dangerous ports to what the cruise lines are doing about it, to the new cruise lines and the new cruise ships like Princess Cruise Lines, a brand new Sun Princess. I'm going to have some more detailed videos coming up in the future. It's hard to edit when you're on a ship and you're getting around all the events, so you'll see more of that coming up in the future. But the ship is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm having a great time on board, and I hope you'll join me in this adventure. It doesn't cost a single thing to hit that subscribe button, but boy, it certainly does help the channel. I'll try and make your next vacation just a little simpler, and maybe even save you some money in the meantime. All right. Well, Ben and David were on the MSC cruise ship, and when they were filming in the yacht club, they were asked rather abruptly, you could hear it in the video, to turn off their camera, and they said you're no longer able to film with that camera up here. And then they said, well, can we film in, can I even film my husband in with my cell phone, my iPhone? They said no recording at all. They started heading back to their room, and you could actually hear them turn around and say, you don't have to follow us. We feel you're kind of being very aggressive right now. We're just going to go back to our room. And so, yeah, MSC has apparently reached out to them saying that they had a complaint from some people in the yacht club about feeling uncomfortable when they were up there filming. And you can respect that. Some people don't like to be on camera, things like that. Ben and David do have a little bit larger than a lot of people go around with. They have the large stabilizer, very professional, very good quality. They make great videos, right? Really good content. But it might make some people nervous. But they also admitted that they handled the situation, poorly. Like when they said, oh, so it's probably the equipment, it's probably the size of the cam. Can we go around in our... You could have just said, well, let's go around and talk about it. Let's have a discussion about it. But no, it was abrupt. You can't do that. It was like a security thing. It was handled poorly. And that was the big thing. Even Ben and David had said that they just felt like they were almost being pressured and attacked as opposed to talked to about the situation. And that was my point in my video, that this, even if they had complaints and something like that, there's a way to approach people and come to a resolution. Ben and David probably would have been absolutely fine if they said, sorry guys, you just can't film in the yacht club. We've had this. Then they could have decided whether or not they want to go, leave, keep on board. But to be told nothing, no filming, no camera, no cell phone, no nothing, that was really dumb by MSC. And they've realized it now, and they've reached out, and they've admitted that their mistake was handled poorly. They tried to explain because they had a complaint or even a couple complaints. Does not matter. That did not excuse the way they handled the situation. That part is all on the cruise line. And that part is all on the cruise staff that actually made that decision. So, yeah. Well, Ben and David, you're coming on board here, the Sun Princess. I bet you have a much different experience on board. And I hope you guys love the Sun Princess and have a great time. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.